Good morning. My name is Jorge Guzman Los Santos. I am civil engineer. I ended the program of focus in learning the English language the past month in October 20, and I just present my focus project to explain about how when one is traveling and find that the traffic is suspended by the pass of special laws, it's good to know how and why is it, and not to be angry.
Okay.
When you are traveling by roadway and you maybe in your car or by bus, and you find that the men in charge of the toll booth or the control post say that the traffic is suspended because it must pass a special vehicle or special law. What's that? In many industries require sometimes to import some equipments that are very big and maybe very heavy loads that exceeds the allowed standard for normal traffic, and then they make an application to the road authority to pass in determined route and determined date with that special laws, and the traffic must be suspended by the road authority because this the excessive side and excessive load requires a very slow speed for the roaming of that loads. On the other hand, another thing that coincides in this matter is that in spite of the big efforts made to improve the roadway net in our country, there are only a few routes that can be alternative one each other. We have this rectangle in the center of the country, and practically the only routes that can be alternative are from Cochabamba to Santa Cruz with the new roadway or the old roadway, or for this old roadway from Cochabamba to Santa Cruz, there are a new roadway that have been built in just these last years that comes from kilometer 45 until La Palizada to go on to Santa Cruz. And another alternative route also finished recently is from Santa Cruz to Guavira, Vanegas Bridge to Los Troncos, instead of the Santa Cruz Pilas Bridge to Los Troncos towards San Ramon and Trinidad. This Vanegas Bridge is now the longest bridge in our country with 1,440 meters over the Rio Grande, and until 2 months ago, the biggest one were Pilas Bridge over the Rio Grande, also with 1,400 meters. So we can see that alternative routes are very few and only very new. So the normal is that when a special law must travel on any route, the traffic must be temporarily suspended. Yes, please. We have here the normal standards for normal traffic. The wide must be 2.6 meters. The height must be 4.1 meters, and the length can vary with the type of vehicle from 11, 13 to 12, 18 and 20 meters long. If a car is wider or longer, normally it could invade the lane for the opposite sense of traffic and could make a collision. So it's necessary to suspend the traffic. When it's very heavy, can collide with objects that cross over the road. By example, road overpass bridges, footbridges, road signals, road lights, including electric or communication cables. And to pass these special loads, it's necessary to dispose on the road some equipment or devices. And it's necessary to suspend the normal traffic. And when you find that, you could be angry when they say that you must wait. But these big loads are especially important for industries and for the economic and development of the country. This pass. Here we have the standard loads for normal traffic that for the biggest vehicles can reach until 45 metric tons. For other vehicles, maybe less. For the roaming in the roads of this charge, the road authority established special requirements. We will talk it a little more. We can pass. We will show the pass of the biggest load carried in the roadways of Bolivia. It was in December 2014. It's an equipment for the ammonia and urea plant of YPFB. The car has a warning placard that says carga sobredimensionada in our country. It means oversized cargo. The initial proposal for transport was to put the equipment on one platform, and the engineer of the ABC, the road authority, demonstrated that this disposition would make excessive strains in the Pilas Bridge, so refused the proposal, and the transport operator proposed to divide the load between two platforms, and to do it, put a steel structure that is practically a bridge, a steel bridge, supported in the center of the two platforms. That was approved, and in December 2014 passed on the coming in by Corumba, the bridge over Arroyo Concepcion, Puerto Suárez, Santa Cruz, and the north of Santa Cruz, Guavirán, towards Bulo Bulo, that is near the Chapay. This is another side, the view with wide lens of both equipment. Please pass. All this with the bridge and the two platforms increased the load to 560 metric tons. Here is the banner that identifies the load for the planta of ammoniaco and urea. Please pass. Another view of the equipment with the logo of one of the partners of the transport operator. These platforms have 18 axles, each axle with 4 double or extra wide tires, so each platform has 144 times. Please pass. A view of the bottom of the equipment. Please pass. And here, this transport convoy is entering to the city of Guavirá. Has, please return, has a pickup escort, also with the warning placard. We can see the maneuvers of the transport convoy coming into Guavirá. One more. Yes, please stop by. Now the equipment is getting out from Guavirá, and we can see an elevator crane at one side and a very long pole at the other side to raise the cables to pass the transport with the equipment. Please, no. Another side of the getting out of the transport from Guavirá. Please. Now the equipment is getting in over a bridge. It's a middle-sized bridge of 40 meters about. This is a special requirement for this heavy load. The road authority requires that the vehicle must make his roaming at a speed of less or more equal to 5 kilometers an hour to don't exercise excessive efforts on the bridge. And to control this, a worker goes walking along the bridge, and the truck must go at the same speed of the worker. We can pass. Now the convoy is getting in a longer bridge, about 100 meters. And here's a special situation. This convoy must cross over the Rio Piraí. But over the Rio Piraí is bridge, there is a bridge that has a steel structure with a steel bar in his top level that can be removed. So the equipment couldn't pass by the bridge. If there weren't that bars, the bridge would not resist the force by this load also. So the operator, the transport operator, hired a construction company to build a provisional detour. And now the equipment is leaving the paved road and getting in the provisional detour. We can pass. Go on. The equipment is leaving the road. Here it's coming. Now the equipment has get in the detour completely. We can pass. Okay. In this moment we can see that for this operation the convoy were coming with one tow tractor, but now have two tow tractors. We can see the bridge that couldn't pass the transport convoy, and here is the Rio Piraí, and the transport operator had made to build an embankment across the river to pass the equipment. We can go on. A view of the embankment across all the river. Here we see the end of the bridge. And we have an aerial view of the transport convoy passing on the provisional embankment. And now the equipment is just ending to pass the embankment, reaching the paved road. All the time that the equipment were passing on the embankment, the road authority left free the traffic, the normal traffic on the roadway. and when the equipment reached the principal roadway, they suspended again the normal traffic. From here, this convoy must travel 120 kilometers to reach the access to Bulo Bulo and leave then the roadway. This is an explanation how they can ask you wait some hours. Well, just I have a little anecdote to put an end of this explanation of the special laws in the roadways. The ABC's engineer that reviews the studies and can refuse or approve them were traveling in a bus with his family in a vacation, and in the seat before them there was a Mrs. and his young son, and they found that the driver was warned to don't advance because the traffic is stopped, and all the time, about 2 hours, the young son was angry and claiming about that long waiting, and at the end they sought to pass a law similar to those, and the mother said to the son, when we know about these kind of things, we know that the country is going well. This is a presentation of this special topic on the roadways. I thank you for your gentle attention.